What's up, guys? Me, Donnie B from Learn Pro Recording, LPR, the business of making music. I'm here to help you build, grow, and scale your audio engineering, music production, recording studio business into something that can possibly help take over your day job money. You know what I mean? There's no greater job than this as far as I'm concerned. Let me help you build your business as an audio engineer, music producer, recording studio owner. Go grab the Studio Growth Formula. It's 100% free. LearnProRecording.com/Studio Growth Formula. Go grab that. Hey, I'm going to run this video real quick with you, but I just want to let you know that I'm here for you. If you guys need anything, please reach out. It's info@LearnProRecording.com. So if you're ready, let's get to the intro. All right, so here we go. I mean, y'all can still see me. I'm still in here. I'm still pretty and all that. But what I want to talk to you about today is our calendar and automated contact relations system and how I set it up and kind of what tools I use for that and everything. So if you guys are interested in this kind of thing, I don't know why you wouldn't be, because this makes life really, really simple. This is our automated calendar booking system. Now, what I've done over here, if you look over here on the right, what I have done is I have created a flow chart. I kind of have to do this the way that my brain works. I kind of have to show where things come from and where things go to in pretty much a lot of the stuff that I do. And it makes it a little bit easier for me. So we're going to break this down a little bit. This is the actual flow chart that I use for students as well as clients here in the studio. Now, a lot of this stuff happens automatically, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Okay, so this is kind of a breakdown of what happens. Let's start over here on the left. The client booking. Well, let's start real easy. Student booking. Students can come in and they can book themselves on the website, either for apprentice days or for lesson days. So most of my students do one lesson per week, and then they have they can do multiple apprentice days per week. Sorry. So they can either book via Zoom or in-house. So that's the first choice. When they go to the booking page, they go to the student booking page. They can book either via Zoom, which automatically sets up a Zoom link, gives them the link and gives me the link, as well as sets up a Zoom ready to go on whatever day that they picked, whatever day and time that they picked. Okay. If they're coming in-house, it sends a link to my calendar. As you can see, the flow. I'm pointing over here like you guys can see this. Let me try to point. I can't. Man, I tried to make a video the other day and had to point which way to look. I could not figure it out. I actually took a piece of tape and I wrote left and right. I was turning it back upside down and upside, whatever. Couldn't figure it out. So I just told you, hey, look up there. You know, so anyway, so once they book in via Zoom or calendar, it puts it on the calendar. It sends them a calendar confirmation email. It also sends a confirmation email to myself 24 hours before their appointment. It also sends us both another email. And what this does, man, is it kind of definitely cuts down on no-shows or having the students say, oh, I forgot. No, you didn't forget, because it sent you an email yesterday. Now, granted, some of my students are terrible with checking their emails, and you guys know who you are, and I'm not going to mention names, but you guys definitely know who you are. Well, you have to check your emails constantly. We've talked about this before. I mean, essentially, you guys are trying to run your own business, and if you're not looking at emails, let me tell you, my friend, you are losing business. That's just how it works. This was actually a phone call we had the other day. I was in a session, and I wasn't able to answer the phone, and by the time I got the message this was Saturday, probably 2 hours. It was probably 2 hours after they left the message. I called back. They had already gone to another studio. So I lost what might have been a $250 afternoon, simply because I didn't answer the phone and I wasn't prompt calling back. Now, granted, the client could have texted my cell phone, or they could have sent an email, and then I would have gotten it, quicker. But at the same time, that's not what clients do. Clients are just, they leave a message. They want to get, they're trying to find a studio for the afternoon, and I wasn't available, so I didn't return the call. and I lost that gig. And now that client may have gone on to another studio, and they may like that other studio better and never come back to see me simply because I didn't answer the phone and I didn't return the phone call in a prompt manner. So make it a point, especially my students, you guys, make it a point to check your emails. Not constantly, but frequently. You know, I know you're busy. I know you got things going on. You're at your job, you know, and that kind of thing. But you know, especially if a studio texts you to see if you're available for work, if you're available, dude, jump on that call. It might be, you know, text right back. Yeah, dude, I can do that gig. You know, otherwise, if I don't hear from you, I'm moving on to the next engineer. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that works. So this does cut down on no-shows and basically the students saying that they forgot. Okay, now let's talk about the clients. As you can see, client booking, if they're new to our system, it automatically opts them into a mailing list, which we'll talk about the mailing list in a little bit later on, but it opts them into, they can opt into the mailing list. Actually, there's a check mark. Would you like to be on our mailing list? Yes or no. If they click yes, it automatically sends them to our mailing list, okay? So they pay a deposit, as you can see the little green money symbol thing there. They pay a deposit, and it locks them into the calendar. Now, if the client has booked with an engineer, it automatically sends an email to that engineer which they have booked. I've got 3 engineers besides myself. I've got 3 other engineers on the calendar that are allowed to be booked and can be booked by clients. Get it? Okay, so when that happens, it automatically sends an email to the engineer to confirm that. If the engineer is not available, they can click a thing saying, I'm not available. They can actually decline the calendar event. If that happens, I can move on to another engineer or I can do the gig myself. Either way, I get covered, okay? If the client wanted an engineer, I can cover that client with an engineer, okay? So now, the system automatically looks for first of all, the system automatically looks for keywords. If the keyword is, oh, I'm just cutting vocals. Let me back up a little bit. In the confirmation form, it asks the client, hey, what are you doing? See, you booked a 2-hour session. What kind of stuff we got going on? And the way it's asked is, I think it says something exactly like, tell us a little bit about your session so that we can be prepared for when you show up. Okay, so if the client just puts, oh, I'm just cutting vocals, or I'm just gonna record some guitars, that kind of thing, that's all it needs. That's all we really need to know about. Is it an acoustic guitar? Is it electric guitar? Whatever. Vocals, yeah, we got you covered, man. But if the system sees a keyword such as band or full band or ensemble or string section or whatever, if there's multiples of these keywords that the system looks for, it sends the client another form to gather more information. Let's say that it's a full band. All right, so it's going to send them another survey that says, hey, I see that you said we're going to have a full band in. Can you tell us a little bit about the drummer? Can you tell us a little bit about the guitar player? Can you tell us a little bit about the singer? Is it going to be recorded all at the same time, or are we going to multi-track and overdub things? Questions like this are kind of important, so we can be prepared for when the client gets here. Just to stop for a second and tell you a story, if you guys have noticed on my Google reviews, we have a 4.9 star Google review because of this one guy who he actually, in the form, he put, he said, oh, we're just cutting some vocals, and if there's enough time, they booked a 2-hour session, okay, and he said, we're just cutting some vocals, and if there's enough time, we'd like to do some acoustic guitar. It did not trigger the other it didn't trigger the other forms. So I'm thinking vocals and maybe an acoustic guitar. So when they get here, first time this client had been here, so I wasn't really sure of the client. So I had a couple of different vocal mics set up for them so they could audition. You know, generally I know which mic they're going to go with, but I like to put up a couple just in case because I don't know who they are and never worked with them before. And then I had a couple of mics ready for the acoustic guitar just in case they did have enough time. They pull up, and I think it's a Sunday afternoon. I've got nothing really else going on all day. You know, we're generally closed on Sunday, but they pull up and it's a full band. And I said, well, what's going on, bro? He said, oh, no, we got a full band, bro. It got drums, bass, 2 guitars, a lead singer, 4 background singers, a saxophone. Dude, If you had told me that we had a full band coming in, I would have had all of this set up when you got here. But you didn't bother. So now I've got to basically it took me 2 hours just to set everything up. Then the guy goes and leaves a bad Google review. If you guys want to go check it out, it's right there. But I did leave a rebuttal, letting him know that it was his fault. I didn't go, dude, you suck. I basically let him know that, hey, next time you go into any studio, you should let them know what you're doing, and it helps us be prepared for when you get here. You know, but he went and left a scathingly bad Google review about how we suck and our studio's stupid and I'm supposed to be professional. And he said, I think he said something in the review about, I've been to many professional studios before and they can set my stuff up in 10 minutes. I'm sure they can, man, and I'm sure your band sounds really good when somebody sets up drums and guitars and basses and vocals in 10 minutes. Really stop. Look, understand this too. My name is on that project, and if it don't sound good, I don't want my name involved in it, so please don't put my name on it. You know what I'm saying? So sorry. Didn't mean to go off on this tangent, but let's go back to the thing. So they fill out that survey. It sends them a thank you and a confirmation. It sends them to a thank you page and lets them know, hey, thank you for signing up. Thank you for paying the deposit. We're looking forward to having you in the studio. We'll see you when you get here. Sends them a confirmation email, okay? It also can, now this is an option, it can send them a reminder text. It's not necessarily set in stone, but if they opt into the texting, they can get texting, okay? It also sends them a confirmation email. 24 hours before their session, it sends them a reminder. Hey, don't forget about your session tomorrow. Okay, 24. Now, this is the important part. Well, it's all important, honestly. 24 hours after their session, after their appointment, the system automatically sends them a thank you email going, hey, we really had a great time with you in the studio yesterday. It was amazing session. You guys were awesome to hang out with. I appreciate you so much. And by the way, if you want to leave a Google review, click here. You know what? A lot of people are, especially if they enjoy themselves, they're not going to really go take the time to go log into Google, go over to the reviews, find you, and then try to leave a review. They don't want that. But if you give them a click, it's just from their email. They can click right in and go over and say, oh, this was awesome, and 5 stars, and dude, it's so helpful. Okay. It can leave a Google review or a Facebook review, whatever, a Yelp review, however it works. Also, we include in that email a coupon that says, hey, if you want to book again, just use this coupon code and save 20% on your next session. You have no idea how many clients go, oh, 20%? I'm going to book another one right now. And they book another one right then and there for maybe the following week or the next day or even whatever. You know what I mean? So there is that, and that is awesome. So that's also a part of our client relations management, which we're going to talk about here in a sec, okay? So hopefully you guys understand this. I think I'm going to make this downloadable next week. The one for this week is something a little bit different, but I'll talk to you about that in a sec. So the system that we use for booking is Squarespace scheduling, formerly known as Acuity, in case you guys, you can look it up via Acuity. Look, if you host your website on Squarespace, which honestly is super easy, super cheap. It's $20 a month, and you just get unlimited pretty much everything. You can sell things. You can have calendars, whatever, and then you connect the Squarespace scheduling to your website. It just works so well because it's the same company. You know what I mean? It integrates so well. If you guys are on Squarespace, or if you're not, I suggest you check it out. Not that I'm not an affiliate for any of these platforms or any of these programs. I don't, maybe I should, maybe, who knows, maybe 14 people will go buy it and I'll make 32 cents or something. You know what I mean? So here's the pricing for Squarespace booking. If you just need simple calendar syncing, custom payments, dude, they can pay you right from the calendar. They don't have to go somewhere else and pay you. They don't have to go out and use PayPal or Venmo or Cash App or any of that. It's right inside there. They can use their credit card right inside your calendar app. It's amazing. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a sec. But that's $15 a month. Is it worth $15 to take a lot of this stuff off your plate? And you could actually save even more if you go with the annual. I think it says there you save 10%. Isn't it worth 15 bucks to get all this stuff off your plate? It's like having a personal assistant that does this stuff for you. You don't even have to do it. You know what I mean? Okay, so client relations management, CRM. We use MailChimp. We did. Now we've outgrown MailChimp, so there's that. I think we're gonna, on the next page, it shows us what the limitations are and everything. I think it's up to 5,000 contacts on your list. If you go over 5,000 contacts, you have to start paying them. So rather than me pay MailChimp, I moved over somewhere else just to incorporate everything. Squarespace actually moved everything over to the same thing, so I can just have everything in one spot and not have to try to duct tape 3 or 4 different applications together. You know what I mean? So hang on a second. I got to get a little water here. So MailChimp's pretty cool. This is where you can also set up all your automations on all your emails. Meaning that, okay, when somebody books, it automatically sends them an email. Somebody comes in and uses your studio or uses your services, it automatically can send them an email after, giving them a coupon code for next time. That's what I mean by automations. I don't mean automation in your DAW at all. I don't mean that at all. The automations are basically automatic things that go out at a certain time that you specify. Okay, you're setting all this stuff up. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Whoever said this, whoever said that the graphics look good. Finally, the graphics look good, right? Last week, man, the graphics were so distorted and blowed out. I was actually embarrassed. And again, let me apologize for last week. I'll never do that again, man. I'll never try that. That it was a new thing, and I thought I was being cool with it and all that, but no, thank you anyway. It was like not even a glorified Zoom session. It was like a Zoom session from 2015 or something. It was terrible. So this is what I mean by being automated, okay? Is that it's automatically doing the thing that you tell it to do. Now, yeah, you do have to set it up, but honestly, you set it up once and you forget about it. I think I set ours up 4 or 5, 6 years ago, something like that. It's still working. It's still relevant. Yeah, every once in a while I'll go in there and check the emails to make sure that they're relevant, make sure they're up to date and all that stuff. But it doesn't take, but 10 minutes because I've already done it. It's already done. So here's some MailChimp pricing. As you look over here on the right, it'll be on your right on your screen. It's free. You get a month. You can send monthly emails up to 2,500 in a month. Who sends 2,500 emails in a month? Well, I guess if you have 5,000 people or almost 5,000 people on your list and you send 3 emails, there you go, 4 emails. Actually, more. I don't know. That's math, bro. Don't ask me to do that. But that's what I mean. You can send a daily limit of 500 emails. So you could set up 500 emails to go out today, another 500 tomorrow, another 500 on Wednesday, whatever. That's for free. And then look, when you move up, it's only 11 bucks and you get it a little bit cheap. I'm sure it's cheaper if you pay annually. You know what I mean? You get 10 times that amount. You get 10 times the 2,500. So honestly, man, if you can't run an automated email system from that for 11 bucks, is it worth 11 bucks to have like a personal assistant that does this stuff for you? It's just, it makes, no, I wouldn't do the premium because I don't need that much on MailChimp. MailChimp is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I had to move away from it because we got more, we needed to send more emails than that. We have more people on our list than 5,000. So we had to move away from the free, and I found a better application that like I said, it's all inclusive, everything's all together, and everything works cohesively because it's all the same. It's actually all the same application. I got to go to one place. I do all the emails, I do all the automations, I do all the calendars right from one spot. So automation is the key to your success, man. This is like having a personal assistant there, okay? When you set it up properly the first time, it works for you in the background, even while you're sleeping. That's right. I'm asleep. People are booking my studio for the next day. I'm asleep. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not doing anything. I'm sleeping. I'm busy, and it's working. It's making me money, okay? We've discovered that by being more automated, we also have less no-shows and cancellations, all right? Because it works via, look, it works via QuickBooks Online. So that's our accounting system. So what happens is when somebody books in, it's integrated into the QuickBooks as well as our calendar system and our CRM. Everything's connected together so that it all works together. MailChimp does integrate into QuickBooks. So when somebody books in and pays your deposit, it automatically generates an invoice right as soon as their session ends, it sends them another invoice for any balance that they might owe. Automatically. Again, it's like having a personal assistant to go, oh, he's done with the session, let me send him an invoice. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. It just makes so much sense to do it this way and to like integrate everything and make sure everything's working together, okay? So it automatically sends them, they can pay a deposit, they can pay for their session, they can actually leave, they can honestly even leave a tip if they want via this system, okay? So it sends them they can pay the invoice online. Also, the system sends them a reminder if they have not paid the deposit every Monday morning, 10 a.m., the clients that have not yet paid their balance, they get a reminder email. And if I keep bugging them, eventually they're going to pay it. You know what I'm saying? So here's what an invoice looks like when it comes through from the automatic booking system and being paid online, okay? So there you go. That's what the invoice looks like. It can also be, QuickBooks can also be included in your automation system, okay? Because it's connected to the calendar system and MailChimp, and like I said, they all work well together. They're connected and they work together seamlessly, and it makes it look like I'm doing it. And I'm not really. I'm having coffee. I'm sitting there I'm making other automations is what I'm doing. So this has been really helpful to cut down on the slow pay and no pay clients. I know you guys know what I'm talking about because we've all been there. We've all had that happen. We all understand how that works, right? It allows me more focused time to building new things for the studio, maybe working on a project. Maybe I don't have to worry about these things because it's automatically working in the background so that I can get back here and do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So here's what QuickBooks pricing looks like. Now, QuickBooks is not the only player in town. There are others. It's just that we have found that QuickBooks does the reporting that Joanne needs for her business. Joanne runs the business of this studio and the Learn Pro Recording. She runs the business side of things. Okay, she does all the bills and the banking and the whatever that stuff, the money. She does all that stuff. I don't do it. The insurance, I'm not good at it. I know how good she is at it, and I don't touch it. She gets to do it, and because she's really good at it. I understand that, and I'm smart enough to know when not to say anything. Okay, so, but QuickBooks, honestly, QuickBooks does this reporting thing that Joanne needs for when she does her accounting and her taxes. So that's why we have QuickBooks. It can be a little bit expensive. We have the one that's the Plus, and I think we pay, because we need a little bit extra as well, I think we pay about $60 a month, more than 42. I think ours is a little bit more, but that's what happens. You know, you don't have to do, if you're just starting out, you're a freelance audio engineer, I suggest checking out FreshBooks. I don't have a graphic for that on with the link, but it's freshbooks.com. FreshBooks allows you to write invoices, collect money, same thing that QuickBooks does, but it just doesn't have, for us, it doesn't have the reporting features that Joanne needs, so we don't use FreshBooks. We did check it out at one time, but didn't really work out for us. Okay, all these let's say you hire contractors to work in your studio. All these things do 1099 contractors that manages all that stuff. It's crazy. It's awesome. So FreshBooks does the same thing, and it's probably a third of the price of QuickBooks. So check that out if you want. Again, not an affiliate. Don't really care. FreshBooks is good. QuickBooks is the one that we use because of the reporting features. Okay. Now, QuickBooks Online and MailChimp are both owned by Intuit. So these two things work really well together, okay? And there's no need to try to duct tape a bunch of apps together to make it work the way you need it to work, okay? It just works. It took us a bit to find, look, I'm not a business person. I don't do that. It took me a minute to figure out what it takes to do business and how we needed to do it and the way that the way it needed to be done and that kind of thing. So it did take us a minute, but it's been running smooth for the past few years and not really a problem, okay? Because I'm not a computer programmer. I don't do that stuff, man. I just need to click and go, you know? So there's that. So listen, for more, if you guys need any more information, you could always reach out to me. Send me an email, info@learnprorecording.com. I think I have a graph up there. Maybe not. It's right there. Just click on it. You know, just info@learnprorecording.com. It's not hard to find. Yeah, so look, hey, I do want to touch on one little thing. I wasn't allowed to talk to you about it last week. I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about it this week because it's coming out in the spring. I know I say that. It might be closer to the summertime months, but it's still going to be spring technically when we release it. Tentatively at the moment, it's still going to be spring when we release it. We're actually looking at early May right now. I'm calling it the LPR Live Academy. So a lot of this stuff that we're running today is going to be in there, but also a little bit of recording, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and some of this and some of that. It's going to be a 5-day intensive academy in which there'll be teaching in the morning by me via the system, Facebook, and then I will turn you loose and you'll run the lessons for the day. Each module is going to open up day by day, and each module's got at least 3 or 4 lessons in it, projects that you have to work on, things you have to look at. There will be a quiz, there will be a test, and by the end of each day, as you complete your modules, you'll get a certificate, or you'll get a badge. At the end of the 5 days, you'll get your certificate. Yes, there is a certificate. It will be fridge worthy, so be ready for that. It's going to be awesome. This is I did some training a couple weeks ago, and this is the format that the guy that I was getting training from used. I really like it. It was really intensive, yet I got so much value out of it. It's crazy. It's amazing how much information was packed into a 5-day thing. It was pretty sick. And I was really into it. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time, and I learned so much. I was actually, this is going to come with its own private Facebook group, which you guys will everybody in the academy will all be in the Facebook group and sharing with each other and asking questions and of each other and helping each other out. It's going to be a community that's going to be the LPR Live Academy, and it's going to be awesome. I'm excited for it. I've been working on it the past few days, all this week, and hey, it's coming together, man. It's gonna be awesome, and I've got some help with it this time, so I'm not as stressed with it because I've got another person that's helped me out with it, and it's gonna be cool. I'm excited for you guys to have access to this, so it's gonna be fun. So there's more information coming soon, so be prepared for that. As I get more information and as I build the graphics, I'll be able to throw some graphics out there so you guys can see that. It's gonna be fun. So look, we're all about seeing your business grow and succeed so that you can hashtag quit your day job. That's the goal with everyone here, right? Is to basically do this for a living. Do this for your job. Because what grandma used to say, man, if you do something you love for work, it ain't a job. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Donnie B here again. Hopefully you got something cool out of that video I just showed. That was from a live group coaching call we did this week. And all the students in there said there was a lot of good information in there that they really enjoyed. So I thought I'd share with everyone. So again, if you're ready to start building and growing and scaling your business into something that could possibly help take over your day job, go grab my Studio Growth Formula. It's going to help you build, grow, and scale into something that can possibly help you take over your day job money. It's learnprorecording.com/Studio Growth Formula. 100% free. I'll put a link in the description down below in the YouTube video. And while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribers help us build and grow and scale our YouTube channel so other people can check it out. So I will see you guys on the blog post on Wednesday. If not, I'll see you back here next week with some awesome information again. I'm Donnie B, and I'm out of here. Peace.